This is going to be another big one. Let's see if we get anyone in first of all. Yeah. Saturday night, let's do a bit of a creation live. I'm going to log in as well and see if we get anyone. I might be doing this by myself tonight. Who knows? We're that close to Christmas. There might not be many in. I'm just trying to set up on my channel. And let's see if we get anyone in for this impromptu live again. We've not done one for a while. So hi, Angelina. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So hi, Nikki. I nearly called you Stormy then. Hi, Kath. Hi, Rosie. Welcome, welcome. And as you can tell, I've got my tarpaulin out on the coffee table. So this is going to be an interesting, probably a big project. Hi, Sandy. Hope you're doing well. And I wasn't even going to pour today, but do you know what? It's been a busy day. I've been running around with my little ones all day, and I want to pour. And this is just a metal print that I got probably about 5-6 years ago, which was pretty cool at the time. But my taste has changed over the years, and I love resin. So, oh, I'm just tilting this across now. So I want to do a bit of an open cut pour again. And if you remember that giant picture that I did an open cut pour on, it came out stunning. But I want to try this slightly different. You'll see I've not painted it. I'm just going to pour directly on because it worked on glass. So it should work on this, hopefully. And the only difference this time, I'm going to add some acrylic pouring oil or silicone oil, 100% pure silicone, and see if we get some bigger cells. I'm hoping we do because I want this piece to hang in my bedroom. I've got the perfect place picked out for it, so it needs to work. I've not even mixed up the resin yet, guys. This is how impromptu it was. So, as always, I'm going to be using just the standard Apex resin. It's going to take about 24 hours to cure, but I'm okay with that. And I think for a piece this size, I'm going to need 500 ml, I think, because I don't want it too thin and I don't want it too thick. So I'm going to pour, I think, 500 ml, maybe 4. No, I'm going to go with 5. I'd rather have a little bit more resin than less. So in we go with the hardener. And if you want any Apex resin, guys, as always, use my discount code CCUK. If you're just coming in, you've not missed anything yet. Not even mixed up the resin yet, guys. So it's going to be an interesting one. And we're going to pour. We're going to do an open cut pour again. Hopefully, I get a result that resembles last time I did this. I can't promise that. And I think it's too much resin now. I've poured it, but we will find out. And anything spare can always go into a drip mold that I don't use. But we need to mix it so that we've got the resin ready. So I'm going to move the resin out the way because I'm going to be very limited on space on this. Hello, everyone coming in. Hi, Sarah. Nice to see you. I can just about read chat. So I'm trying to read chat on this phone whilst working on the project, guys. So you'll have to bear with me. These creation lives get a bit chaotic. Tell me what you've all been up to today, though, whilst I mix this around for 4 minutes. In fact, before I do that, just to show you what I've done, plastic cups cut off, and they're what I'm going to use. And as you can see, this is just an aluminium sheet, really. And I put tape around the edges so that it doesn't get those drips. And that's what the print's on. See? So that is what I'm going to be pouring on tonight. And we'll see if it works. Right, where's that resin gone? That's the first bit. So I'm just going to mix this round for 3 or 4 minutes so we know it's thoroughly mixed. And it's a bit colder in the UK at the minute, so resin's a bit more of a pain to mix. So you try and do it gently, and it doesn't encourage too many bubbles. But the good thing with this is, technically it's a flat pour, so any bubbles should just disperse anyway with a torch. We've got 11 in already in this impromptu live. But yes, some of you love these creation lives, so I thought let's do another one. Saturday evening, it's better than watching TV. Hopefully we can create a beautiful piece of artwork. I mean, this at the time, I absolutely loved. And it was just very different, very unique. And that's what drew my attention to it. But as I say, it's times change, you know. And this was an NFT. So I had about 100 of these NFTs. They cost me about $50 each, not the actual prints, but the NFTs. And now they're worth nothing. So I'd rather cover up this bad memory now into something beautiful that can hang on my wall and not remind me that I wasted money. That's why I'm covering it up. Well, I'm glad you needed it, Nikki. So again, just mixing this resin around. I don't want any streaks in it. I want to make sure it's thoroughly mixed, especially when I'm doing this sort of quantity. Let's say 500 ml of resin. It's quite a lot, but I'm hoping that this piece will turn out gorgeous like the last one, and I'm hoping it will last me for life. So for me, that's worth 500 ml of resin. Look at this, beautiful stuff as well. Apex resin. If you've not tried it, I can't recommend them enough. You know, they're absolutely amazing resin. I've never had any problems. So again, if you're watching this back and you want a discount from Apex, use my discount code CCUK. I'm just intrigued if this is going to work. The last one I poured directly on glass. This is going directly onto aluminium with a print on it. So I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm just scraping around the sides now and the bottom. Don't forget to scrape your bottom, guys. Very important. So again, it's going to be fun. This is going to be just a fun pour. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully it's going to work out. Hopefully it'll be cured enough tomorrow that I can use my living room table again. We'll find out. So here we go. I'm pretty confident that is now mixed. So the first thing I want to do is mix up my colours. Now, I did debate on whether or not I should use a fast cure for this, and then it would definitely be cured. But fast cure, for me, doesn't move quite the same as standard resin. Because it's the thicker viscosity, I thought, no, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm going to do something that I know works, and I'm going to just do it with normal standard resin. So again, I'm going to pretty much fill these. Oh, and I've left the stick in, haven't I? That was silly. Okay, that one's going to be for the mica. And the rest of these, I'm going to take the sticks out because I'm going to need those to dip into the pigment. First mistake of the evening, guys. And it's been a long day, so if we make a few mistakes, I apologise. But I do want these pretty full, as these are going to be what's going to add the colour, hopefully create some cells and some wonderful effects. Now, they might not. We're going to find out. And I'm only going to add, and I didn't do this last time, but I am going to add silicone oil to my blacky blue mix that I'm going to use as a base. And we're going to see if that has any impact on the cells versus the one that I poured last time. And then we can compare. Simple as that. So these are for those colours. And it's always good to separate your resin when you're mixing big quantities anyway, so it doesn't cure up. There we go. Now the rest of this is going to be my blacky blue mixture. Right, so let's have a look. So let's mix up some gold first. And I'm going to use gold mica, and this is metallic mica, so it's a little bit heavy. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to tap some of this bronzy gold in there. And it's quite a deep one, this one. So it's almost like a bronze rather than a gold. Still pretty, and I'm hoping it doesn't float too much. And that's going to be the first colour. Quite deep, quite rich, beautiful gold. Look at that. Liquid gold is what that is. And this is going to be the first colour. Again, whenever you're dealing with micas, make sure it's thoroughly mixed, especially if you're doing something like this, because the last thing you want is a beautiful effect and then a cloud of mica in the middle of your piece. Although actually it could probably look quite cool in this, so I'm contradicting myself a little bit. So it's a darker gold than normal, but I think it will go really well with the colour selection that I picked for tonight's pour. So that's that one. Where's the rest of my colours? Let's use some ultramarine. Let's get rid of this mica. Now I've mixed it because we are going to run out of space, guys. 100% going to happen. Right, ultramarine. Beautiful blue. And again, just stirring around my stick. Whatever's left on there will certainly do. And this is going to hopefully be an amazing, colourful piece that we're going to love. Hi, Mary Beth. Nice to see you in chat as well. So just mixing around the ultramarine blue. And this is a really cool blue, guys. Hopefully you can see it on screen. And this is one of Creating Bloom's pigments. In fact, most of these are. Hope you're enjoying the advent calendar videos as well, guys. A lot of work's gone into those. And I've still got 3-4 more to edit, I think. So that's that ultramarine. I can move that one out of the way now. Slightly different shade of blue now with Kingfisher, which is a turquoisey blue, green. It always reminds me this of Tiffany jewellery. Don't know why, but I think this is the colour of their boxes. And again, whatever's left on my stick should be enough to just colour this resin. So I'm just going to mix that around. And hopefully you get to see the colour palettes I'm using here as well. And this is just different colours I randomly picked out of my drawer and thought, do you know what? Let's pour. And I wasn't going to pour tonight, guys. I just thought, you know what? I'm going to pour. Let's bring you guys along for the ride as well. And let's see what happens. So that's that beautiful Kingfisher. Again, you can see there's the blues and the golds. Now we're going to go completely different. And I'm going to mix up some Tulip, which is a new red that I got in the Advent Calendar Makes. Again, a pigment paste. The only thing I'm using that isn't a pigment paste in this one is that metallic gold. The rest are all going to be different pigment colours. And we're going to see what happens. So this is going to be my red. There's some deep red tones in this piece. Hopefully. Oh, this might not work. That'll be embarrassing if it doesn't work, especially when I'm doing it live. We will see. Sometimes they don't. And when we get to day 25 of the Advent calendar, I'm not going to spoil it, but my end piece I wasn't completely satisfied with. And that is another reason why I wanted to pour tonight, to show myself that I can still have successes. Right, the next one's Bee's Nest, which is a beautiful orangey colour. And I'm going to mix this with something else, actually. It's just come into my head. So that is that. But I want to mix it with my own orange, I think, which is another slightly metallic-y colour. So I may need to grab another stick, actually. Oh, when you do resin art in your living room, guys. All right, let me grab another stick. Hopefully we're going to get a good piece, and this is going to be worth it. So I'm going to mix two of these together. So the first one being Creating Bloom's beautiful Bee's Nest. Like so. And then the second one is going to be my homemade orange, just because it's got a bit of a metallic-y tinge to it. And I've not got many metallics in here. Here we go. So let's mix up some of this. And it's a homemade paste, this, so I always have to remix it every time before I use it. Here we go. This is going to be those two different colours intermixing in there. We're getting there, guys. There's only two more colours to mix after this. Then we get to the exciting part, the pour. So here we go. Just mixing those two colours around. And don't be afraid to mix up your colours like I've just done there, guys. They're your colours. Whatever you want to do it. That's just giving it a bit of a metallic finish now, which I really like. And that red's gone a little bit pink, but that's okay in a pour like this. Next, I'm going to do some honeycomb. And then there should be enough for a white and then the final colour. So this is that beautiful yellowy colour, which is the honeycomb. Oh, I hope this works. I really hope this works. I'm loving these colours already. So this is that beautiful honeycomb, which is more of a yellow. Do you know what? I'm going to add one more colour just because I want another effect, and it's going to be one of the ones from Laura's Art Corner, I think. I'm just looking, and I love that red, but I think it's going to have a bit of a pinkness to it once I've mixed it with other colours, which is not the aim. I want something that's a really deep red, so I might go get some candy apple red in a second. I've got enough resin, why not? So I am going to do some white in this as well, and I'm going to use the Supreme White from Apex. There we go. And for the sake of mixing one more colour up, I don't know why, it's just a gut feeling at the minute. Oh, thank you very much, Gypsy Rose. There's no need for that, but thank you. It is appreciated. Where are we? Where's my candy apple red? He says. And I need another pot if we're going to add another colour, guys. Really, really appreciate that as well, Gypsy Rose. As always, you're amazing. Right, where is that candy apple red? It's because I use it so often. It's an amazing colour. That's the pink. Where's the red? I found the candy apple pink, but that isn't the colour that I'm after. So, sorry guys. I'm just looking around my living room now to see where I've possibly put it. And honestly, after doing these advent calendar makes, 25 makes in 25 days and editing the videos, my living room right now is a bomb. And that's no under exaggeration. I'm actually really looking forward to getting back to normality, tidying my space, and getting back to normal, you know. It's been a lot of work, but I've loved doing it, of course, for you guys. But it has definitely drained me a little bit, energy-wise. And I think I've put my candy apple red somewhere where I can't get to it, which is a little bit annoying. I'm sure I'll find it once I've tidied round. Oh, that's the gold. Got it. Okay. I found it. We're okay. So this is going to be one from Laura's Art Corner, which is laurasartcorner.net if you want to check her out. And I'm going to use some candy apple red in this just to add another dimension. And then that is going to be, I think, our final colour before we mix up the black. And those of you that have watched the channel, you know that I've fallen in love with this red. Really deep, rich, almost metallic candy apple red. I couldn't do this piece without it, I don't think. So if you want any of that, get over to laurasartcorner.net. And there's honestly, it's my favourite red. I haven't found one that I like more. It's absolutely beautiful. So I just wanted to add some of that to this piece as well, just to give it a bit of, look at this. This stick's breaking up. Can't really complain because I stole them for free, but hey ho. It's still going to work for this. I just want to make sure it's thoroughly mixed, scraping those sides again and the bottom, making sure I don't leave anything to chance with powder. Here we go. And I think I'm going to use 2 separate open cups on this pour. So that can go in between these, I think. Beautiful. And then this was the white, wasn't it? I do want the white, and it's where I put the white. I might use it sort of in this order, I'm thinking. In fact, no, I want to swap the gold around. I think we're going to have the the white somewhere there. So I'm going to go dark blue, kingfisher, gold, into the white, and then into these reddy colours. I think that'll work. Don't know at this point. Really don't. And again, I'm going to try adding some silicone oil to the black and blue mixture that I'm going to mix now and see what that does. That's the only one I'm going to add the silicone oil to, though. The rest of them I'm going to leave as they are. In fact, I'm going to swap those two around. So that there is essentially our colour palette, guys. Can you see it? What do you think? Do you like those colours? Well, let's add to them, shall we? So this is a metallic blue that I got from Temu that I absolutely love. It is one of my favourite colours. Well, one of my favourite blues anyway. And it's just a metallic, almost a thick paste, guys. But I bought this tub over a year ago when I first started resin. And it was the only one out of the set that I actually liked. So I'm going to put some of this straight into this resin. And I'm going to show you what I mean. So I want to take this out for a second. Again, I can put it straight on there because we're going to be pouring all over it in a minute. And this is just a deep, dark, metallic blue like no other. Now, I'm not going to do this in blue. We've got blues going in, but this is going to be mainly black, this mixture. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. But I'm going to ruin it now by adding a few drops of black resin dye, but it should just hopefully highlight a little bit of a blue tinge to the black. Now the black resin dye will take over. So I'm going to mix that round, and then it's going to go primarily black with a hint of blue. Look at that, how it's changed. Now to this, again, I'm going to take my stick out now and mix it with the paddle, I think. How's everyone doing anyway? Oh, we've got 19 in chat now. Hope you're all doing well. So this is going to be the base, I suppose. I'm just wiping off that stick, as always, so it's ready for next time. I'm going to put that to the side, and then I'm going to mix it round with this paddle, just to make sure it's thoroughly mixed and it's an even, consistent colour. Loving that as a colour though. Beautiful. Now, I don't know if I've got enough of this or not. I'm hoping so with a piece this size. And then I think we're just going to go for it, guys. What do you reckon? Are we ready to put... Oh, no. I nearly forgot to add some silicone oil. And I'm going to add 3 drops. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 5 drops went in the end. And I don't know if that's going to make any difference or not. But I just thought, let's try it. And it's the only colour that I'm adding the silicone oil to. Again, I want to mix it all the way through. Might get some fish eyes if by doing this as well, by adding silicone oil. It's not supposed to go in resin, but hey ho. But I just wanted to see if we get any more cells by doing this. Okay. Now I'm going to pour a little bit. You see, that black should certainly cover it up. Look, beautiful. Okay. Now I need to wipe this stick as well. And I can already see the resin's taking on a different sort of look, which is okay. All right. Who's excited for this? Who's ready for this pour? Who thinks we're going to get something beautiful? I really hope so, because it's an awful lot of resin, guys, if we don't. So now I just want to pour enough for a puddle. And you'll see what I mean in a second. Let's put that to one side. Little puddle in the centre bit, so that these 2 cups, which I've got, will hopefully float. So I'm just getting a thin layer initially, like so. Oh, this is going to be stunning. I can tell you now. It's going to be beautiful. There we go, like that. And I'm going to go with 2 cups. So I've cut the ends off. They're just going to sit in here and hopefully float a little bit. Float. I'm going to pour a tiny bit more resin inside each, like so. And then the rest of this can pretty much go around the edge. So it gives it something hopefully to glide into. And this is, in fluid art, I think they call it the open cup technique. Here we go. I'm going to leave that there. And then we're just going to pour these in. Who's excited? So, here we go. How many have we got in chat? 22 on this impromptu. So I'm going to start off with the ultra marine blue. And I'm going to try and pour about 1/4 into each of these. Touch more. And try and keep it reasonably even, like so. So I still want to keep 1/2 cup of this colour in here. Then I'm going to go in with the Kingfisher. Again, same sort of amount. And I am only eyeballing this, guys. So there's no promises. But last time I did this, I got an amazing piece. In with this heavy metallic gold. And that is stunning on its own. Don't want too much gold though in a piece like this. Oh, wow. This is, oh, if you could see it close up, guys. Now we're going to go in with some white. And I'm going to give you a close-up in a second. Don't worry. Quite a bit of white. Okay. Then we're going to go in with the candy apple red. I can start to see these cups are starting to move now, which is great. Then I'm going to go in, I can't even remember what colour this red was, tulip. And I can start to see cells forming already at the side, which is great. Just coming out from underneath the cup. And you should start to be able to see those on screen, I hope. As these different colours are merging together and creating cool little cells. Now, if you want to emphasize the cells as well, you can just add a little heat. So I've got a little torch at the side of me here. I'm just going to add a little bit of heat around these edges, and that should help hopefully emphasize these cells. And you can just see them starting to form. Oh, this is going to be gorgeous. Now I'm going to pour the rest of them in, exactly the same order. 1 and 2. And there's no point wasting any at this point. There we go. Now all of the Kingfisher. And this is going to be absolutely stunning, guys. I can feel it. This is going to be an amazing piece. You know, just these different colours. I don't think... Now this time I'm going to do the gold and try and get it in 2 layers. 1, like that. Then I'm going to do... I'm mixing the colours up a little bit here, because I've just decided I want to do that. But it should still be okay. And you can start to see those cells forming now. That's what this is all about. It kind of goes underneath itself and then creates these beautiful cells, guys. And I'm just wondering if by adding that silicone oil, we're going to get more this time. I don't know. Right, rest of that gold in there. I'm going to save a tiny bit of the gold till the end, so I can just finish with a bit of metallic as well. Can you start to see these cells, guys? Loving this. Candy apple red. Let's not waste any. And where you're really going to see this is when I end up tilting it at the end, hopefully. This is just the resin going in. And I saw this in fluid art, guys, and I thought it's got to be able to work in resin as well, you know? And this is the thing, get your inspiration from absolutely everywhere, you know? Doesn't have to be resin. Oh my, this is going to be good. Do you know when you get really excited about a piece? You guys wait. This is going to be stunning. I can tell. Right, the last of this yellow. And whatever will be at this point. There's no going back. We've got all of these beautiful colours. And I'm going to try and zoom you in a second. Just want to get the last of these colours in. And then we're going to loosen this pot. And now the last of the gold. Last of the gold going in. This is going to be stunning. I'm telling you. It's going to be one of the best pours yet. I can feel it. These colours going together beautifully. And I'm just having a look at my cups now because I don't want to waste any of this. In fact, I'm going to move my sticks and I'm going to get my big scraping tool out. And we're going to scrape these pots. We're going to get every last drop of these colours onto this canvas. It's the colours for me and the cells that are going to make this almost a galaxy. And the gold, to be fair to it, it's travelling, but it's not upsetting me at the minute. And it is floating a bit, which I didn't think I'd like, but actually, strangely, I'm a fan at the minute. All right, let's put the rest of these in. How's everyone doing? This is a chaotic pour, but I think it's going to be beautiful. I do think it's going to be beautiful, guys. These sticks can go at the side for now. I'll sort out any mess at the end. Boom. And this is the beauty for me of resin art. It's just mixing up some colours, having some fun with a different technique and seeing what happens. Now I can see it's coming over towards me, which means my table is slightly unlevel. That's okay. It's not coming off the edge yet. Yet being the operative word. So let's lift this cup up as well. And then let's get these last three colours completely out and into these cups. Here we go. Wowzers. I wish I'd got, oh, I have got ultramarine last, so that's cool. It's going to keep a little bit of that blue. And what are you thinking so far? Kind of looks like a weird, Sally Spider-Man to me. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Right, bit of blue to finish it off. And on this one. And that is every drop of colour has been used. Now, before I go any further, look at this, guys. Oh, wow. I didn't expect it to look this good this early on. So now I'm just going to lift this pot over the edge and do this. Hopefully creating more cells as I'm doing it. Look at this. That's that one. And I'm going to do the same this side, hopefully. Just lift it up. Almost a swipe across here. Oh, wow. I don't even want to tilt this, guys. It's looking so good. Look at these cells. I'm going to have to tilt it, though. Because at the minute, it's all coming towards me. And I don't want that. So let's go to this side first. And look at this, guys. Absolutely beautiful. And then I'm going to have to move it back in a minute when it gets to that edge, just before it hits. I'll do. So now I need to bring it back into the center a little. And then I'm going to go this way, over towards this corner. Oh, wow, this is stunning. I don't want to lose those colors either. But I do need to spread this around, I'm afraid. Or we're going to have problems. Okay, don't waste any. Come on. Okay, now back to me. Back over this side. This is always the bit that makes me worry a little bit. Because all of those cells that you've just put in now, you're moving around. Okay, back towards me. And over here. I'm going to be dripping this on my table. And this is looking beautiful, guys. Absolutely stunning. Now back over there. And I think I'm going to get some fish eyes because of the silicone oil, but I'm okay with that. And this should be the last sort of tilt that I need to do. And then I'm going to top coat the whole thing afterwards with some Cure Pro, which should cover up any of those fish eyes anyway. And I probably should have scratched the surface of this first. But it is what it is now. We've gone too far to be able to go back. Right. Now I want it to go back into the center a little bit. And what I'm going to do is any of the sides that haven't quite been covered, like these corners, I'm going to use any resin that's left. Come on. I'm just really pulling these out now. And then I'm going to go around the edges with whatever's on the mat. Now this is really, really stretching it a little bit. And that design. But I'm still loving it. There we go. Loving that at the minute. So now there's a couple of areas where I know I've not got it covered. So what I want to do is use any resin that is on this mat and just bring it all up to the edges. And now it should obviously self-level anyway. And it's going to create a different effect. But the fish eyes, I think, are being caused not by the silicone. Well, yes, by the silicone, I mean, not by the resin. But I actually quite like them. Call me crazy, but I actually quite like them on this piece. I'm just covering it all the way up to the edge. And as I say, I'm going to be top coating this anyway with some Cure Pro. Here we go. I'm just making sure that I've got these edges covered. So the silicone oil has definitely made a difference. It's definitely given us a lot more cells, but it's also given me more fish eyes. Now, I'm not that fussed because I can fix those if I want to. I actually quite like them on this piece. I think it adds a textured element that the last piece didn't have. And I think it adds something unique to this piece And that's what art's about for me. It's about having a unique element to it, whether that be fish eyes or anything else, you know. And I think it'll be interesting to see how it cures now. But I'm going to take you down for a close-up as well. I'm just going to wipe some of this resin off this mat because I don't want it on my floor. But yeah, I'm loving this. I don't know if I like it as much as the last one. So, don't know at this point. And I think, for me, it's whether the silicone oil was worth adding or not that I'm questioning. I'm just going around the edges again, making sure that they're covered. And again, I'm just using the spear drip off to do that. Again, maybe I could have used a tiny bit more resin as well, but I don't think it was that. I think it was the silicone oil on this occasion. But I still think it's a beautiful piece, and I'm going to take you down now. And if it cures with those lumps and bumps in, I actually don't mind, because I think it's going to add to the effect. So, at this point, I'm going to move these cups out of the way. I'm going to take my gloves off. We're going to have a chat about it, and I'm going to take you down for a close-up. Let me just get rid of these cups and give them a bit of a wipe and a clean. The answer is yes, we have fish eyes. But do they add or do they take away? That's the question I've got. I actually think on this piece, they're kind of going to add. And I really like it. And the metallicness of the gold, which you can see close up, and I'm going to give you a zoom in a second. I'm just cleaning and moving my sticks out the way so I can give you guys a close up. And this silicone oil has definitely made a difference. And as I say, it's whether I think I like the difference or not. And I do. Very different cells to what we had last time. And I think for me, it's mainly positive. Now, I might try the finger technique in a minute and just add a couple of swirls in as well. Just because I'm still gloved up. Not too many, because I don't want to break up too many of these cells. But let's put a couple of swirls in. And I think I want one running all the way through, like so. One breaking through these cells. And one just coming out and around there. Maybe another through this side. And then one more, I think. Just bringing these colours around here. I like that, I really do. And you see where I've done the finger swipe, it's actually added more cells. Look at that. I'm going to add one more so you can see what I mean. One, two, three, four, five, six. Let's add another. You'll see what I'm doing in a minute. One, two, three. And then I think all the way around here. If this works, I'll be a genius. One, two, three. Oh. And then one more here. And this almost gives it an octopus leg effect. We've kind of got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 legs going through there. But I'm not doing any more to it. I like it the way it is. I think any more will spoil it. And I'm one of those who never knows when to stop. But on this occasion, I'm going to, because I think, I'm just going to put some of these under here as well to get any drip off. Make sure it doesn't drip onto my floor. But yeah, any more, I think will ruin it. And this to me almost looks like octopus legs now. So we've got the top of the octopus there. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'm liking that. Now I'm just going to torch it all. Get rid of any surface bubbles that might be on there. And I do think we're going to get fish eyes. But I am going to put a top coat of Cure Pro on this tomorrow when I get up. And then in 5 hours' time, you won't even notice them. Beautiful. And this is just... It's colourful, but not too colourful, if that makes sense. Let's take you down for a close-up. Let's get rid of these. And I'll take you down for a close-up. Who wants a close-up? I'm so glad I poured now. I wasn't gonna. And then this would have never been created, guys. Look at this. Hang on. Wow. Look at this. Hello. I've stopped. I'm not doing anything else to this piece. I'm really happy with it, guys. Just look at this. I'm not touching it. That's it. And we're going to see what it cures like. But look at all these little cells. And all those pockets of colour. Wowzers. Look at this. You kind of see what I mean with the octopus legs. Look at this. Holy moly moly. I think this is perfect. Absolutely nothing, Lula. Just pray that no fluffy bits land on it. But look at this. It is like an interstellar dimension. Look at it. I'm so happy. Now the question is, tomorrow, I'm going to regret saying this. Do I try another technique on top of this technique? So this technique is the background then. And we try maybe a blowout technique on top of this as the background. What do you think? Lula's saying no. I don't know. It could look cool. No, no, no. Everyone's saying no, but it is so cool. Wowzers. Just look at, and can you see what I mean? Where it looks a bit like an octopus at the top. Can anybody see that? Where I did that finger swipe. We can call this the space octopus. I'm thinking. What do you think? Look at it. Even in the depths of the dark blackness, we've got the gold shimmering through. And then we've got, oh, it is just, and that's my favorite bit of the whole piece there. Just that. Can you see the smiley face? Look at the blue smiley face. Upside down smiley face. Let's see if I can turn you around. No, camera won't let me. Look, upside down smiley face there. The sticks were from Greg's. They were free. But look at it. Another fluid art pour. with resin. And yes, I've got those fish eyes there. Yeah, I don't want to be doing that, Lula, that's for sure. But I could look, well, I will be looking at this for hours as it cures. Look at that. Oh, every inch you look at is something different, you know? And that is the beauty of resin art for me. Oh, that is just that colour stream there as well. Beautiful. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to let this cure now. And then tomorrow I'm going to put a top coat on. And then I'll probably do a short just to show you some close-ups and some pictures of it. But yeah, I think it turned out really cool. Oh, I'm in my living room. Thanks, Laura. So how's everyone doing? I don't think it will move much from there, Lula, to be honest. Oh, wow. Congratulations, Tara. If she's watching this back. Don't you cover that up. What, that? That's going to get... I'm thinking about putting all over that dandelion behind me. I'm thinking about doing a resin pour on that because I like the frame now. That was an expensive piece, though, from the range, so I don't know. I'm definitely not going to cover up the cork paintings that I've got on my wall behind me either. But yeah, this piece, oh, just look at it. I'm going to call it Galactic Chaos. I think that sounds cool. What do you think? Whew. But yeah. And that was all done in an hour, guys. So an hour, a bit of resin, a few colours, have fun, see what you can create, you know? And that is the beauty of it, you know? I didn't do that art. The resin did it, blurted the name. Okay. Okay, somebody saying, oh, they love the name, Lula. So there we go. Galactic Chaos, maybe. Do you have a canvas pictures that you could cover? I don't at the minute. They do. And that was just those finger swipes that created those. Ooh. Yeah, I think that is just going to be absolutely amazing once that's all fully cured. Mainly black, but I wanted it dark. I wanted it to be quite, and I don't want this to sound sexist, but I wanted it to be quite a manly piece of art, if that makes sense. I didn't want it to look too feminine because this is going on my bedroom wall. And I wanted it to be quite manly, but still quite colourful. And I think the gold shimmer on this, when it all cures, and the black together, and those colours will give me that. Yes, they are, Lula. I've not even had a drink tonight. There we go. So, any questions from anyone before I close us out? Or do you just want me to leave the camera on this all night? I'll leave it here. You guys can chat. What do you think? No, I haven't had any Ribena tonight yet, unfortunately. What time are we on? I might have a glass, though. There's still time. I think I've earned it after making this piece. I will put a top coat over it, Laura, 100%. 100%. Tomorrow I'm going to put a coat of Cure Pro over this, and that'll give it a beautiful shine. And it should also fix those fish eyes. Manly Muppet. Don't know about that. But yeah. So do you want me to just leave this? I'll leave the live open and you guys can just watch the resin dry. What do you think? Should I squirt it with alcohol and see if it makes the cells even bigger? What do you think? We could do that. Just give it a quick spray of alcohol. What do you think? Yes? No? We've got one vote for yes, one for no. I'm going to take the best of 5. No, no, no. Okay. Maybe not. Leave it as it is. Is that the agreement? I'm just thinking, which way round does this hang? Oh, I'm hoping it's that way. I'm hoping that that's the top and this is the bottom. I can't remember. I don't think it looked quite the same sideways. Oops. I should have thought about that before I drew those tentacles in with my finger. Oh dear. Yeah. And I've taken the other one off the wall, but just to show you the one that we did the other night without the silicone oil, without giving you a tour of everywhere in my living room. That was the one from the other night. Woo! It's so beautiful. Ah. That's the one from the other night. And this is the one from tonight. So, who knows what we're going to pour tomorrow night? You never quite know what you're going to get on CCUK Resin, eh? But I do know it's beautiful. And I think the closer you look at this, the more dimensional it gets. And that is what I love. From a distance, it just looks black and gold. Then when you zoom in, it is just like wowzers. All of those different dots and cells and pockets of colour. And it's the first time I used that gold. And it's definitely a floater. It's a floating gold. If you can just see, it floats on the surface, which I'm not sure I'm that much of a fan of. But I don't know. I think once it settles, tomorrow, we'll see what the finished piece looks like. Floaters are never good, Lula. But I think that spot there has to be my favourite. Just that. But there we go. I don't think I want to do anything else to it apart from let it cure. Then tomorrow I'm going to put a coat of Cure Pro over the top, which will give it even more of a shine than it's got right now. So yeah, thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. What's Sandy saying no to now? What have I done wrong now? But look, last look. And then we're going to just leave. Oh, hello, look at them. They're beautiful. Look at those little cells. They're like fire cells. There we go. Easy on the Ribena. I'm only going to have a couple of glasses because I've got my girls. And I've got to go bowling tomorrow. Because my youngest is going to be 7 on Tuesday. So we're celebrating a birthday weekend this weekend. There we go. Cool. Right. Well, have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you all. Thank you. I'll tell her Pembluid Happus. But no, have a wonderful evening, everyone. And I'll see you guys very soon, I'm sure. Good night.